when there is a communication signal, you should be aware of two signals. One is modulation signal, other is carrier signal. This modulation signal will be carrying the original signal. I mean, it carries the original information. And when it comes to the carrier signal, this will be carrying this modulation signal. So today I'm here to give a lecture on frequency demodulation. And role of VCO, which is a voltage control oscillator, to do this step, which is a demodulation. And role of VCO. So here VCO means voltage control oscillator. As the word here oscillator is mentioned, so everyone have to consider that frequency term is involved. Frequency, which is a reciprocal of time, that is involved here. So let's consider a block diagram for this. So so let's consider this as a VCO, and here it is output and here it is input. So by the term itself, so VCO, voltage control. So in the input, we shall be controlling the voltage. We shall be varying the voltage value, and the output, as per the variation of voltage, there is a variation frequency. So this is the role of VCO, where input will be varying with voltage. By varying the voltage, the output frequency can be varied. So that is the VCO means. And so let's talk about FM demodulation. Actually, when there is a communication signal, you should be aware of two signals. One is modulation signal, other is carrier signal. This modulation signal will be carrying the original signal. I mean, it carries the original information. And when it comes to the carrier signal, this will be carrying this modulation signal, and it does have a feature of changing the frequency, amplitude, phase. Any of this, it can be changed by this carrier frequency. Carrier signal. So for every communication signal, so for every communication signal, so for every communication signal, we shall be having two signals. One is modulation signal and other is carrier signal. And even one has to understand that. So let's say that we are having a source antenna and we are having a receiver antenna, and so that any of the communication signal has to transfer from this source to receiver, right? So in between this, the frequency of the signal has to be increased. So by the help of this carrier signal, we are going to increase the frequency, which has to be maintained high during this transmission. So that is the frequency modulation. We are altering the frequency, which is a frequency modulation. And in this FM demodulation, when it comes to the receiver end, we have to demodulate it. Okay, so we have to change the frequency to in the first case, it's we're having higher frequency and we have to decrease it, right? So that is called FM demodulation. And so how it is going to happen? So so let's consider the block diagram for getting a demodulated demodulated signal. How you are going to get it? Let's discuss about it. We are having a block diagram for that. Yeah. So input here will be considering the signal of this frequency modulated signal. So which is YFM. Let's consider this as this signal, which is a carrier signal of this FM. Okay. And here you will be finding a differentiator, a block, and here you will be finding an envelope detector. And we are having a signal of YFM. It will be an equation of like this. So YFM is equal to, it will be like EC cos of omega CT plus Kc of M of t dt. So after this is the signal which is the input for this whole block diagram, and when we will be sending to the differentiator, so let's differentiate it by FM with respect to time. So we'll be getting EC. Let's do the inner derivation, which is omega c plus Kc, derivation of integration, which is M of t. I mean, the derivation integration will be cancelled. So, in the differentiation of cos is minus sign, right? Already I have written the sign outside. So, sine of omega ct plus Kc of M of t, right? Yeah, M of t dt. So this is the signal which we have got after sending into the first block. Let's define phi for this. So here you see phi, we are getting an output, and so one has to understand that this is the AM signal. Okay, so which we can even call it as envelope. Okay, yeah. And through the envelope detector, how you are going to detect this envelope? Let's go to another, let's go to the waveforms. Let's discuss about the waveforms. So here it is. Let's draw the waveform for YFM with respect to time, and let's say that the waveform will be looking like this. Okay, so let's say that we are having a constant amplitude. Okay, and when one has to understand that when we differentiate this YFM, which waveform will be there? It will be like this. So as we have defined that term as 5 with respect to time, so it will be like this. So it will be like this. As you see, 1 second. So as you see here in the above form, the frequencies, when the frequencies are higher, as you see for this cycle, the frequencies are higher. For that piece, when you see the below waveform, the amplitude is higher for that, and when you see for the frequencies are lower, at lower waveform, you see the amplitude is lower for that. And this is envelope, where its value is omega c plus kc of m of t. So here you see, right, this term we have defined it as am, which is envelope. And so this is the envelope, and this is sent through the envelope detector. And how it is going to detect with one condition, which is okay, let's go to this block diagram. So here we are having omega c plus kc of m of t, where omega c has to be greater than kc of m omega t. So this is the condition. When this condition is met, so then envelope detector will be detecting it, and output will be omega c plus kc of m of t. So, and with this we are going to get original information, which is m of t. So that is the this at this out this is the at this output we are going to get desired FM demodulated signal. Okay. And as I have said, we are going to discuss about the role of VCO, which is a voltage control oscillator. There will be a whole equipment. Let's say that we are having a whole circuit to get an FM demodulated signal. In this whole circuit, I'm going to discuss only one of the block, which is a VCO. Okay. Other blocks you are going to understand at next section. And so VCO, we have already discussed about its block diagram, where the output frequencies can be varied by varying the input voltage. And actually, for this VCO, we are going to find the frequency, which is F naught, which is a free running frequency. Or we call it as a center frequency. Sorry. Yeah. So it's a free running frequency or center frequency. How we are going to define for this? Let's consider a circuit. I mean, pin description of VCO. So we are having a V plus has voltage, DC voltage, and we'll be connecting a external resistor, which is R1. And here is the whole circuit for this VCO. I'm only drawing the pin description of this VCO. This unit is a 566. Yeah, sorry. It's 566 unit. I mean VCO unit. Yeah. So DC voltage V plus is given with the resistance of R1, and we will be having a capacitor also, which is connected to ground. Sorry. And this is a C1, and this whole circuit is also grounded. Okay. And you'll be having a outputs. One is for square wave, whose frequency can be varied, and other is triangular wave. So these are the only two possibilities we are going to get from this circuit. And one even has to understand that this V plus DC voltage is also given to R2, resistance R2. And with a series of R3, and this is connected to ground, and so here it is R2, this is R3, and this consider a node point between R2 and R3 that is connected to this circuit, which is a VC, which is a, here VC is a modulated input. VC is equal to modulated input, and this R2, one second, this R2 and R3 will be acting as the potential divider for the DC voltage. So the DC voltage is given, which will be acting across R1, and will also be acting across R2 and R3. So let's consider, for now, just don't consider this a VC branch. Okay, so just consider R2 and R3, where voltage V plus is given to this, and how we are going to find the voltage across this R3. One second. So actually consider this as a node. So here you see the point we have considered it as a node VC. At this, let's consider it as a VC node voltage. Don't consider this green color branch. So let's find the voltage across R3, which is a VC. Let's consider, yeah, one second. So R3 is equal to VC, which is by using the voltage division rule, we are having, so R3 total voltage, which is given as V plus DC voltage, and total resistance we are having R2 plus R3. We are applying voltage division rule only for this branch where R2 and R3 are series. So VC we have got, and now one has to understand how this F naught. So here you see V plus, which is acting as input voltage for this whole circuit, and other is F naught. As we have discussed, how the variation of input voltage is going to vary the F naught. We are having one equation for that. So F naught is the center frequencies 1 by R1C1 by V plus minus VC by V plus. Okay, and so here is the formula for this. I mean, we are having a relation between F naught and V plus input voltage, and one even, so there is a we are having restrictions, like a VC has to vary. It should be less than V plus. Here VC is the modulated input, and 3/4 of VC value. So VC have to vary within this range only, in such a way that V plus is already known. V plus has to range from, one second, V plus has to range from 10 volts to 24 volts. V plus has to range from 10 volts to 24 volts. Let's okay, that is the thing. And F naught has to be also less than 1 megahertz, and V plus has to vary from 10 volts to 24 volts. As per the V plus value, VC has to satisfy this relation. Okay, and actually one has to see, let me understand, let me make you understand one thing. So this F naught is fixed as per the values of, this is fixed by fixing R1 C1 and V plus, or otherwise VC. I'm sorry. VC. By fixing R1, C1 and VC, we are going to get a fixed F0. And how we are going to vary, F0. This variation of F0 can be varied by varying VC. So you have to understand this. Like we're having an input. So like as I already said, we'll be having an whole circuit for this. I mean, to convert the FM modulated signal to FM demodulated signal. So whole circuit will be having, in that whole circuit, we just one of the block is VCO. So the main part is here, the VCO. So this VCO will be given to the, I mean we are having a frequency modulated input, right? And this VCO, its frequency and this frequency have to match. And if this is going to match, then we definitely will be getting the demodulated signal. Okay. So this F0 is selected in such a way that, which is less than 1 megahertz, is selected in such a way that, I mean, this is going to vary. This is a closed loop. It will be a closed loop actually. It is going to vary, and it will be at some stage it will be matching with the input, which is the carrier frequency. That input is matched with this center frequency. Then a perfect stage is reached where we will be getting a demodulated signal. So this is the discussion about FM demodulation and how you are going to get it by VCO. So in the next stage, you will be understanding the whole circuit for conversion of FM modulated signal to demodulated signal. So thank you. Hope you have understood.